Welcome back, guys, to Pro League. We got Samsung against Prime right now. Samsung up 2-0 off of 2 games from Hurricane and Deer, 2 Protoss versus Terrans, able to get their wins for the team. We're about to jump into a TVT between Journey and YoDa. This may be the closest one of this match.
They've definitely made it look easy so far, Samsung. Yeah, as you said, might be the risky game.
Bit of a risky biscuit, you would say,
I would consider this one a risky biscuit if I was to eat it. And YoDa, you know, he is a fantastic player. He's had a lot of success in the past. Journey, he's one of those, I guess, less experienced players on Samsung. He has played great in the past. He used to be on SKT, so he got into one of the top teams here. Yeah. Didn't work out for him, but he's now in Samsung, which is also a fantastic team.
Yeah, for sure. And he's also got an epic song here.
Yeah. Is that a K-pop group?
I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound like it, but it looks like a familiar name. I don't know. Clearly not, though.
You're probably thinking of EXID.
That might be it. Yeah. All right. Well, pretty intense.
It's a pretty insane song, man. I'm going to go listen to this one a little bit later at home.
It sounds like something it should be from like the Lord of War series. What is it called? The God of War. God of War.
Yeah.
There we go. Lord of War.
I suppose it could be.
Maybe it is.
Let's see. Here's YoDa.
He's always got some hip-hop going on.
Yep. He's the Rat King.
The Rat King.
No, he's the Rap God. That's what it is.
The Rap God. There we go. 5-11 this season.
But the big thing for this guy is that he's 0-5 versus Protoss and 1-4 versus Zerg. He just does not do well in any matchup that isn't TVT. He's actually 4-2 against Terrans.
Yeah,
not bad.
It's actually really good stats for Pro League. And 1-0 versus Journey in an unofficial game. So there you go. A little bit of an edge there going into this one. He lost to TY in his most recent Pro League match. And he's lost his last 4 Pro League matches, mind you.
Yep. He's on that losing streak. It's been quite a while since we've actually seen this player win one. I'd love to see the predictions for this one. I think we may get a look at that right now.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at you guys.
Only me and Wolf go for YoDa. I'm actually a bit surprised at that one.
Well, we'll have to see who's right, Valdez.
I guess it's just about that. It actually says on this sheet, 7-game losing streak for YoDa.
Well,
it probably has something to do with that you guys didn't vote for him. I can see where you're coming from.
So why did you vote for YoDa, Valdez?
Just because his TVT is really good, and we haven't seen enough of Journey for me to vote on him over YoDa.
That's safe. It is a risky biscuit bet.
But let's jump into the game, guys. Anyway, Vaani Research Station for Journey versus YoDa right now. Down here in the south, in the blue for Samsung Galaxy Con, it is Journey.
And up here in the north for Prime, another purple Terran, YoDa.
Now, bringing all the Terrans they've got in their arsenal today.
Yeah, well, so far it hasn't worked out, unfortunately. This is their best chance there. YoDa, fantastic player in TVT.
And just about only there, Moonlit.
Well,
no, I mean, this guy does make at least around a 32 of Code S.
He has
pretty often. Yeah. He makes like the challenger of Star League as well. So
yeah, recently he lost in Code S actually. You know, he got beaten down by what was it again? He lost to Symbol and Byung in Code S just a couple of weeks ago. So he made it pretty far. He made it to Code S. You know, he's great to an extent in these individual leagues, but yeah, always seems to run out of steam halfway through.
Yeah, that's for sure. By the way, the fans do agree with me and Wolf on this one. They did go 60-40 in favor of YoDa.
Isn't that some?
People got, you know, a little bit of hope in this guy, at least for TVT.
A little bit of hope, a little bit of a spark there for Prime. Can he pull through is the other question there. Going to be a very early gas for YoDa.
Or, is that for YoDa or Journey?
That's Journey's down there, man. He's the bottom one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of getting mixed up because it says Journey's color is red up there at the top. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's a problem. Whoop. Yeah, Journey down bottom in the blue. He went for more of a standard build. Gonna get that Reaper out. On the other hand, we do see YoDa going for that very quick factory off this Rax.
Gonna be looking to put on some aggression here. Maybe some, Widow Mines, maybe some Hellions coming fast.
Maybe even some Banshees. You know, it is a good mech map after all. You know, there's a lot of transitions to go into mech from here. If you apply the pressure early, especially.
Yeah, for sure. Journey being very safe, by the way, sends out an SCV all the way out to that far away third base, I guess you could call it.
The middle,
maybe even the fourth one.
Yeah,
and then the middle one.
Yeah.
Scouts pretty much everything.
Scared of those proxies. So here we go. Reaper's going to find exactly what's going on here. Now just seeing that early factory from YoDa. And there's that CC for Journey.
Yeah. Puts that down. Reaper, for now, is actually just going to stay out of the base. Going to stay on that watchtower. There we go. We got the colors fixed up top. Thank you, production.
Okay. We're all good now, Valas.
So it looks like some Hellions coming out of YoDa here. He did not take that second gas. So it looks like it won't be Banshees for now. Maybe just some drops coming in.
Yeah, we are seeing some Hellions on the way, so it could just be a very quick medivac behind this and try and bully the ramp, make its way up. We have seen that a lot of timings like that before as well.
Yeah, Bomber likes to do this actually in TVT a lot. Even on this map, I think we've seen it a couple of times.
Well, going to be a Widow Mine as the follow-up after one Hellion. So the Hellion seems to be just bit for a scout. Maybe try and scout the ramp, see what's going on. Maybe even try and run by and just get a real idea of what's going on. Because this Reaper came in very late. Actually got a scout out of the main base as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he sees everything that's going on. He knows exactly what he's up against. Hellion going to get in.
Yeah, on that note, YoDa's going to see everything as well. And can even micro against these Marines pretty decently. Lining up a bit there. Got to be careful. One of these SCVs now chasing. He wants blood.
He wants blood, but he will find fire.
Oh, man. Is that a reference to Mad Max Moonblade?
Oh, only you could get it, Valdez.
I am just so clever that I got that very obvious reference.
I think only people that have seen the ad on repeat a number of times would even get that as well.
Oh, yeah, that's
as we see here in the next arena.
Oh, wow. This Reaper is going to scout the exact flight path of the medevac.
It's going to chase it on the way as well. It's 6 Marines in a mine. Might be able to get something done. There's only 2 Hellions and 4 Marines. Now the rest of the army comes together, and no way it's going to find anything.
Yeah, he couldn't really commit to that. And so after everything that's gone down here, YoDa with the very aggressive build, but not really finding much damage at all. And his CC is going to be way later compared to Journey's. He needs to find a bit of damage. He's going to come back in here.
Oh, he's going to get on the back there. And as this happens, a money scan. Ooh, big hit. Big scan in the main base.
Yeah, saw everything. Sees the cloak being upgraded here.
He's going to get out. Get a little bit of damage.
Oh, just a touch, not bad. You know, he really does need to find that damage. And it looks like he will go for a bit of an earlier third CC compared to Journey at the same time. But again, that money scan is going to allow Journey to say, okay, I can just make a Raven and be totally safe against this Banshee. Put down a turret at each base. Get a Viking out. He already has one out. Should be totally fine against these Banshees.
Yeah, he's not going to find really any damage done with these Banshees so long as Journey's in place for them all.
Yeah. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. We just saw BL versus Classic, 2 Queens not being able to hold off 2 Oracles, and the 2 Oracles getting 16 kills.
Yeah, I mean, when you got the numbers,
insane.
you can start ignoring stuff. And especially with Banshees, you can find angles where you're hitting SCVs and not taking damage from missile turrets. Let's see how on point Journey's defense is with this.
Well, this drop is going to be shut down.
Yeah, you're not going to find anything there at all. And it looks like that Banshee first one's going to be going down.
Oh, boy. YoDa's not finding any damage at all.
Oh, that wouldn't mind hit the Raven. Oh, that's fine. Didn't kill it there.
It's hiding in the little grass patch.
Hellion's going to chase it down.
Run!
Nope, no chance. Second Banshee out has been spotted.
not really getting much damage done at all. Once again, here is YoDa.
Oh, another money scan from Journey. He sees both engineering base. He knows the follow-up marine tank. He's like, okay, I understand it all.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Mech is going to be the choice of Journeys.
Yeah, already see an armory coming down, an extra factory. Lots of Hellions coming in here already. He's got 5 out on the map. The one thing going for YoDa is that he does get that faster third CC out, the third orbital. He's going to land it down at the base already.
Definitely an important thing with dealing with mech is getting that economic advantage if you are going to be the player going for bio. Because you do need that edge going up against such a cost-efficient army.
Yeah.
Harder to deal with this on this map, though, because you're not going to find as many ways in to start harassing a mech player. And, wow, somehow Journey gets away with all those Hellions against 2 siege tanks.
Yeah. YoDa just unsieged right before those 2 Hellions came in. And Journey, he doesn't see the third base, but I think he can reasonably assume. Also, I'm sure one of those scans caught that CC in the main at the same time.
Yeah, now this is going to be an interesting timing coming from YoDa because he does have those 2 tanks, a ton of bio, and a Banshee. Let's see what he's going to do from here. Ooh, there's
a lot of Hellions, but at the same time, you know, as long as YoDa is very meticulous with this push and doesn't get a little bit greedy, he can get some decent shots down at least.
It's kind of an interesting place to siege up as well, because what if there was a Hellion run by, you know? He just goes into the third base and starts trading out SCVs.
Don't attack your own Marine. He's on your team.
Yeah, he's a waste of food at this point. Get rid of him. Third factory up and running. Now tanks and Hellions on the way. As will as Vikings.
Yeah. I was about to say, this is what you were talking about, man. He was sending those Hellions over there to clean up the watchtower, and now YoDa has to be very scared about that Hellion run by. Unfortunately, Journey does not go for it. He's going to send 1 down, maybe just for a bit of a scout.
Yeah, and we are seeing a bit of a supply block at the top here. A little wall going on to stop any Hellion run-bys. It's actually going to work for now. It's an interesting sort of place to posture up in the middle of the map with a couple of siege tanks and bio.
Yeah, he's got to be so careful about this because his whole army is split up right now. Half of it is back as home. Half of it is just sitting out in the middle of the map. He's going to finally move. A little bit there for a second. Doesn't move back, though. Okay, there we go.
And from here, essentially, Journey just has to turtle up, stay on 3 bases. He's not getting really pressured at all whatsoever. He can just sit here on 3 bases and make that dream mech army against what he's up against, which is bio tank. Not too hard to deal with. So long as he gets the right position.
We're going to see some drops coming out of Journey. Already 1 medevac heading towards that backdoor base. Unfortunately for him, though, YoDa is pretty well set up at this point. He's got a decent turret ring, also a bunker. Let's see if he can find some damage. Anyway, these Hellions do have blue flame. Nope. Not going to get much damage there at all, in fact.
Yeah, pretty shut down. Supply lead remains in YoDa's favor for now. Only up about 10, 15 supply.
He's got a pretty sizable army, but as you were saying, all he's got to do is defend here, Journey. He's got a pretty nice setup there at his third base. This map's pretty good for that.
Yeah, definitely one of the best mech maps, I'd have to say. The only one that I would argue is better is Deadwing, but Deadwing is so much bigger and is so much more open to counterattacks as well. We're going to see a big move here, but he's going to be running into Vikings.
That's a lot of Vikings. He's got to boost away right away.
Not even sure if Journey realized that, actually. Those Vikings would just happen to be in the right place at the right time.
YoDa's going to have 2-2 finishing up here in a bit. It's going to be slightly ahead of Journey, so he could maybe try to find the timing here. He's also got that +1 to his mech for the tanks. So he's really got all grounds covered here for his entire army.
Yeah, nice scan once again. You know, Journey is just really on point with finding exactly where this army is and what he's up against. He does have a pretty nice tank line as well near his third base, so if we did see YoDa try and attack, it just might not work out. Such a hard place to fight into. I mean, there's so many turrets going up, that pocket natural for Journey as well. He's covering all sides, all bases, has no rush in this game whatsoever.
we still just see this small tank ring over there on the left side. It's very, very interesting. At the same time, he's going to go for a gigantic drop towards the back door. Look at this, even setting up a turret ring over there with those tanks.
Wow, this is interesting. Yeah, that is a big drop. That is 5 medivacs full of bio, and they're going to be flying in between a couple of turrets here, so not taking too much damage. This could be the place to go.
Oh boy. There's nothing here for Journey just yet. He's got to move a lot of his mech army all the way over there to deal with this. A lot of Hellbats in those medivacs. They're going to come in and drop now onto that bio.
Oh wow, everything is getting wiped out here. Every medivac going down as well. But bio's not doing too bad. Traded out a lot of Hellbats at least.
Yeah, not bad at all. Unfortunately, none of those tanks go down. Those would have been pretty money. He does get 12 SCVs as well.
Kind of slows down that mech army from growing any bigger. At the same time, I'm kind of surprised we didn't see YoDa go for any sort of counterattack at the third with the remaining army he does have in the middle there, deciding just to essentially just sack a ton of his units for a little bit of economic damage.
He's trying to find ways to get into the base of Journey right now. He can't really get to this maxed out army and just let him push across the map because Journey, as long as he's got a good position.
Look at this. This is going to be horrible for YoDa. Look at that engagement.
Oh my god.
That is actually a slaughter if I've ever seen one.
Everything just got totally wiped out. All those tanks, all that bio is scrunched in between there. The Hellbats drop into it. All the AoE knocks everything down. And Journey's just going to push across the map. We see a puny bio army here from YoDa.
He definitely should have scanned before he moved forward like that because he ran into the massive mech army, essentially maxed out, and lost everything. He is down 40 supply right now.
A couple of scans coming down now here from Journey. He sees what YoDa has, and he should be so confident to just move across. YoDa now trying to get a bit of a concave here, but this is so many tanks. Unfortunately, Journey not really sieging up all of his tanks. Strangely here, but at the same time, it doesn't look like it's going to matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. He did trade off a lot of tanks. Maybe he should be waiting for a few more Hellbats to kind of buff for them before he starts trading with Bio like this. But he wants to keep the momentum going, maybe try and deny this fourth base. And just make it so much harder to try and defend against this, because if he gets control of that ramp at the third, there's really no way we're going to see YoDa break it.
Yeah. Look at that position right now, all those tanks sieged up. 3-3 does complete for YoDa's army, but he doesn't have much of an army to use it. And YoDa already taking his hand off the mouse even, or off the keyboard rather. Not really happy with the way this game has turned out so far.
You know, it's such a hot place from here. You just wondered what can he do. He needs medivacs. He needs something to get on top of these tanks with. The one thing he does have is a lot of bio behind this tank count, but looks like he's just going to be going for a counterattack at the third base instead of trying to deal with the problem at hand.
Well, you know, there's not much back here for Journey. At the same time, only one tank here and a couple Hellbats.
Still, these Hellbats are going to do so much damage. It's going to buy a lot of time at the very least.
Looks like Journey very smartly switching right into Banshees. He knows there's a ton of Marauders out on the map, not much anti-air, and he can just defend with that back at home. Now he's got all of his tanks at the bottom of that ramp, right on the production.
Yeah, and that's the place where you essentially put them in a pincer. There's no real way to get out of this sort of situation unless you lift up everything and, you know, stop your production completely.
WW, not even GG.
WW, I'm pretty sure that's a warning. The last thing Prime ever needs after getting 3-0'd once again in Pro League.
Journey comes out and shows pretty fantastic PvT against YoDa, a guy who has not found any luck recently. He's now on an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah, he's in a horrible place. And Samsung came in today looking for that easy 3-0 against a weak team, and they found it. Prime looking pretty underwhelming, I gotta say.
Yeah. Just not able to find anything at all. None of their players could come out here. Creator doesn't even get to play. Arguably their strongest player right now, even though he himself is not playing well these days. Just a sad moment in esports history for this team.
They just keep happening, Valdez.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish this team would show some more improvement, maybe show some better games, but it just doesn't seem to be happening this season at least. Brutal, brutal losses again and again and again.
I'm glad we did get to see Journey. I'm sorry for cutting it off there, man. I'm glad we did get to see Journey, though, a little bit more.
Yeah.
I want to see this guy come out a bit more for Samsung because themselves as a team aren't doing that great in this season of Pro League. They were doing much better last year. And, you know, getting some of these other players that haven't had much of a chance to play to get out there and get some more experience is a great way to bolster your team and bolster that roster.
Yeah, and he looks like a great player. And here's a look at the results once again. Deer taking this game over Tang. Hurricane defeating Keen, and Journey closing it out, destroying YoDa. But fellas, let's look towards the future. Let's look towards happiness, because Bennu versus MVP is going to be up next.
That's going to be a fun one. The return, once again, of all these veterans coming into Spenu. A lot of hype around this team. They did lose their last match